Well, hello there, welcome back to episode 11 of my Let's Play. I am IVATOPIA, by the way, and this game, well, I forgot the name, sugar, was it? There it is. Torment Tides of, and I can never remember, well, I don't know how you say it, Numenera, whatever, that game. It's written at the start of the episode. Anyway, what I'm up to. Oh yeah, I saw to this woman thing turning into insects. And she's keeping her brain patterns in free, numeral, what they're called. So what's the bird figurine? Birdie's pretty simple. If I'm running with a great four, I don't have time to complete. I shunt it into her so I can pick it back up later. She does make everything small like berries though. Smell like berries. Okay. So she's basically there. I got an idea how to become a millionaire. All I got to do... I'll have to decide later. Get in there, Birdie. We'll carry on this massive... thought later type thing. The music box. Jade box is a tough old lady. If I'm rolling with more complex line of thinking, I bring her up and she chomps the individual's ideas and feeds them back to me. I try to use her as little as possible because she gives me headaches. No, what's the opposite? Head eases? What? So she stops you having a headache basically. She eases your headaches. Okay. Anyway. She frowns. They're worse than headaches because you can't go around thinking everything's alright. It's bad for your health. Okay. This is weird. Circular spring. That's Rhonda. She's a bit scary. I can shunt a bunch of force into her, but she doesn't process them. She just gives them back to me, slightly changed and infinitely better than when they went in. Parrot leans in conspiracially. I try not to use her much. She whispers, it feels like cheating. So you have them for you don't use them. I want to buy one. Ooh. Flushes, I hate to say no, but I have had them since I was little. They're practically family. Okay. Let's talk about something else. Absolutely, she says. Something whirls beneath her cloak, and she swats playfully at it. Okay, why did you... Yes, done that. Why are your thoughts again? The device. I'm looking for someone who can repair a complex machine. Can you help? Oh yeah, I forgot about that quest. Ooh, I love to. Complex machines are my favourite, but no, I shouldn't. I'm really behind on work orders this month. This might surprise you, but I'm very, very, very easily distracted. You don't say. She shrugs beneath her robes. You're better off with someone else, sorry. Fudge. You said someone else had my tattoo. Who? Oh right, a pale lady. She wanted me to fix an artifact of hers, but I couldn't make any sense of it, and that is rare, believe me. Para said, I felt sorry for her. To tell you the truth, she seemed sad, like she lost something and was never going to get it back. To use the discount we talked about. Ah, so you basically think that's a salty of a guy. Anything to do with my health? 34. Ah, it costs a lot. Guys, reduce your percent or stay cool, might refill health and stat pools. Oh, nice. That seems quite neat. Well, 74 though, it's like almost for money. Like, that's probably not. Probably at the start, unless I need it, probably should just sell stuff to get more money. And then I'm assuming as the game goes on, we'll be dropping like 400, 500 quite easy, and then I can start buying this stuff. Because this is just not worth the price. And it's meant to be a discount. Yeah. Okay, I'll be going. Nice on to you. It's like so dramatic when you talk to someone and it's like, listen to me. Paragraph. This couple stands together. They share a gaze fixed away from you. No words pass between them. Instead, they share a silent language of tenderness. Their bodies turn subtly towards each other, forming a private space between them. His hand reaches for hers, and without looking, she claims it. She's still looking past you. They smile together. His is a curving line carved in O. Hers is an unabashed and radiant as... Was that Latin? On a starless night. Turning, you see the object of their attention. A young boy darting between the stalls and playing in the dust. Each distance accelerated. Shouts, windows. Their respective smile tight as they grip on each other. Is that your son? Yes, he says firmly. He's still watching the boy, but our wary stillness has spilled into his posture. Oh yeah, he's watching this way, she's watching this way. I thought it was on her, not him. Oh well. She swats his shoulder, and there's more punch than playfulness in it. Not yet, she says. We adopted Jeremy, and we're waiting to see how he feels about that, aren't we? You adopted him. Okay. Sounds a bit weird now. Nothing, adopting's not weird, but I mean, her response. You know, she practically punched him. We adopted him, we see how he feels. Is he actually there? So when they mean adopted, they mean they're going to steal the kid. His eyes flicker stubbornly, but he does not respond. Why did you decide to adopt? Smooth kid. That's just the kind of thing people like talking about with strangers. Oh, it's him, is it? Oh, I'm not embarrassed. And it says, eyes gleaming. We love telling the story. Oh, fudge, what I started. Well, Cal and I we've been together for how long? Whatever. Years, Callan says, a glint in his eye. And we knew we wanted children, so we tried and tried. Oh, getting some good humpy in there. What's it? A randy little bugger there. Yes, you are. Randy little rascal. And we tried a lot. Some days, I barely had time to put my clothes on before Kel took them off again. Maybe you should become nudists. Won't have a single problem now. I think I've heard enough. Interesting, go on. Getting a bit, you know, what was it, XXX now, rated R. Age 18 only. Padgett raises her eyebrow but continues. Well, there was poor Kel, practically falling asleep on the shift, forgetting his trousers half the time. So he practically was half a nudist. And me with nothing to show for it but a glow on my cheeks. Clearly we were working with a barren field. Wow, talk about his soul in him. Or faulty seeds. Callan adds deadpan. Does run in the family. So they're insulting each other. Gonna end up fighting at this rate. So we decided to find a child who needed a home rather than getting old trying to make one of our own. That answers your question. More than actually. Sorry, I'm going to need more details. What's that giving me? Is that giving weird things I know it's giving me? Ha! Panja says, swatting at you. I like this one, Kel. He hardly blushed at all. She leans in and lowers her voice. We get asked this question a lot, and finally we found that being explicit about the process usually makes the question just melt away. Blue ties raise a tiny amount. What brings you here? Jaren likes it. Callan says the stern expression around him, his stern eyes soften somewhat. We don't have much time between shifts, Hannah explains, or money to spend on frippatus, whatever. So we bring him to the market when we can and watch him play. It's better than a night at the theatre. Raises their clasped hands and kiss her bruised knuckles. Why are you out here again? Farewell. We talk to him. Hi. The child skids to a halt and rubs his forehead with a grimy forearm, leaving arrow tracks of dirt across the ruddy skin. Hey Shiva, he pants, shading his eyes from the sun and grinning up at you. Never seen you before. You called me Shiva, what does that mean? Huh? Jared says, a curious light in his eyes. Really, you never heard of it? No. I have, but not since I was young. Alkin says, smiling at the boy. Kids are saying that again. When Joran nods quickly, Alan glances at you. He smiles, fading into his curiosity scowl. Customary scowl, sorry. It's slang from an older dialect kid. My grandfather used it when he was young. They get outsiders coming through the village, dealing tough with the merchants and shoving kids aside as they went about their damned important business. Shoving, get it? Oh, the shovers. So it's like shovah. So he's shoving them out the way, pushing them basically. So it's like, kid, get out of the way, push out the way. So shovah. Okay, that's pretty neat. I do get it. Ah, yeah, that's it. Alright. A nervous blush colours his cheeks. It doesn't seem like he's afraid of Alan though. What does Shiva mean? Oh, okay, I already asked that. Do you like playing in the market? Not always, but it's better than school. Hey, and I like watching Zava make sculptures, the ones that go sharp and curly. Reminds me of the monsters on the side of Scar Hall. Oh, what is that building? Yeah, Shiva, John says, chuckling. It's just a building at the centre of town. 1,000 hands tall with a moolah on the side. Mural. I can't say the word. Bunch of pictures on it. On the side like Zava sculptures, but flat and in purple rock. Don't think you're going to miss it if you're looking for it, hey. Gain XP. Yay! XP for it. So all these tools we do get no XP for this kid. Whatever. Yeah, you will, Alan mutters, studying Jevon from the corner of his eye. Scar Hall was a huge temple at the centre of town. Like he says, it was torn down centuries ago. Kids, either a liar or a cracker. Cracker, whatever. Tell me about Scroven again. Why are you so dirty? Should up to his parents. He's at work, full asleep with his pants. Forgot his pants again. As soon as I got my clothes on, he's taking them off. I don't know, Paja and Callan make me wash twice a day. Guess the dirt likes me. Hey. That's Scar again. Don't your parents worry about you running around here alone? They're standing over there. Parents, Jones says, eyebrows crinkling. You mean Paja and Callan? They're watching me until my Maud and Sora come back for me. Is that Marod and Sora supposed to be like mum and dad? So he thinks... So basically he thinks they're basically like his babysitters when they've actually adopted him. Is that what it says? Huh, okay. Do you mean Mara and Sora? Huh? Just as looking just as puzzled as if you asked what hands are for. Ma, Sora, my parents. You asked me about them. Harjot and Kala are taking care of me until they come back. In other words, they ain't coming back. Warner steals over Gemma's expression, and he bites his lips. As through he fears he has said too much, and is trying to hold the rest of his words in. Remind me what my part was. Tell me again. Guess that's it. Farewell. Cheers, Shiva. Now let me shove you out the way. You told this dude. you. I bet you're sick to death of digestible food, am I right? I kind of like digestible food. It lets me, survive. I do admit, if we didn't have to eat, we would save so much time. Same if we didn't have to sleep, we'd save so much time because we could do so much more. We'd never be tired and all that stuff. But obviously, we need the fuel, we need to convert it, so we have to sleep, we have to eat, and it tastes good as long as you have the right food, of course. You buy and sell used memories. What? Used memories? Best selection of migraines in the city, right here, free sample. What? I've got some beautiful memory fragments in stock, lovely gifts for children. Razor sharp regret or dull remote. Oh, yes. That's weird. The sculpture. Oh, this is what he's looking at. This portly man, cracked and bleeding hands are always moving, picking fretfully at his thick lips, running through his thinning hair, or modelling aimlessly shapes in the air. His clothes are marked with paint, dust, dry blood, and clay. His eyes brim with frustrated tears as he studies the strangely familiar sculptures arrayed about him. A soul like silvers of ice, he mutters, fingertips long, shriveled, sharp screams, trampled in flesh. She holds him in place, she's killing him. He's not looking at her. Why isn't he afraid? No? He claws absently at his sparse beard. What am I not seeing? What am I missing? A potential customer. I like that one. What? No, you're not, he says, effortlessly drawing you into his self-direct tirade. No one wants these. They're honest but ugly. Death pulled from dead stone. Okay? He coughs a cloud of dust, and I wouldn't sell it to anyone in any case. Not even for a tuffle of bread. None of them are worth buying. None of them are right. Okay. So how do you make money? Buy the bread for yourself. I am Zofan, stone carver, sculptor, divine painter of living eyes, and in this challenge, my greatest work, my talent, has finally abandoned me. He sweeps a scornful hand at the sculptures. Behold my art, wonder, witness these dull stumps, these crude replicas of sublime beings. What is it you think I've made? Amnesia. Try to recall what the sculptures looks so familiar. Someone climbing a tree, a sea creature. Kind of looks like a tree. Okay, it's 80%. Ow! Study the sculpture intensely. Memory teases your mind, but leaves you empty. Tally misinterprets your long silence. Gods, it's even worse than I thought. You can't tell what you're looking at. Someone climbing a tree. A tree? A tree? Where are the branches, I ask you? Where are the colouring leaves? The brave twigs? How would I be any kind of an artist if I opted these details from my work? Okay, sorry. Sheesh. Saladin kneads his eyes with his fingers. It is meant to be a portrait of a man and of an enormous predator that devoured him. The other one was something about a man fight, wasn't it? Do I not get to see the last one again? No, I don't. You stare at the sculpture and memory immediately clicks into place. This towering thing is the true form of the creature that pursues you. Oh, fudge. Southern has sculptured the sorrow. That ain't good. I kind of want it then. I saw this creature on a cold night long ago. Smoking corons of a blackened light drew me to my window, Zara says, shaping the scene with his palms. And there on the street below was she, gripping a man in her talons before my very eyes. She ripped his essence from him, leaving him a steaming husk. He drops his hands. But what do you care? You don't grasp the importance of capturing such a subject. Of course I do. She is mysterious and fascinating. I do. You wish to capture the emotion of the victim. No, I don't. That monster doesn't deserve to be immortalized. I've seen aspects of her. Maybe I can help you capture details. Stares at you, dumbfounded. You think I'm trying to sculpt the killer? He says, and then immediately corrects himself. Of course I am. I've succeeded, in fact. She is beauty and vengeance incarnated. What artists worth his metal couldn't capture such a being? Clucks his tongue. But she doesn't need to be remembered. How could anyone forget such a lethal creature? Raise a tiny amount. No, the source of my ruins is the damnable man. Zephyr points a trembling finger at his faceless human cradle. In the statue's talons, a charred, oddly familiar pattern etched on the stone ahead. He stared internally in the face and did not blink. But he will be forgotten unless I capture him here, and I cannot do that unless I know what drove him. Zephyr swallows. The moment he fell, I ran for the street, but the Durno had claimed his body and took it away, probably to their foul chapel in the underbelly. Now I never know who he was. Huh. How many statues of this being have you made? How many statues, sorry. Is there anything else you can remember about this creature that killed your subject? Tell me about Durno Hall. If I learn anything about your subject, I'll let you know. I'll look into this if I have time. How many statues have you made? Ha! If only my efforts could be limited so. I've sculptured that blasted moment in marble, granite and clay. I painted it in oil and blood. It even follows me into the sleep, where I weave the scene from clouds and dream stuff. Frustrated tears roll down his cheeks. Even those with blood. Is there anything else you can remember about the creature that killed the subject? What a surprise, Sarah says with a ragged scuffing sigh. Yes, let us ignore the incarcerate flair of the stranger's brief life and focus on his murderer. She's so much more glamorous. He grips his sparse hair as if it's going to fall out and glares at you. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what everybody wants. The creature's hunting me too. I need to learn everything I can about it. No, I want to see this moment fully. Understand why it inspires you so much. You're right, that's not fair to him. He deserves better, that one. Read a book then. Pester a scholar with your question, for all the good it is will do you. And when the beast claims you as well, spare a prayer for the artist who will drive himself into a grave trying to capture your final moments. Dries a tiny mouth, Silver's eyes tiny. Tell me about the Duran O'Hare. They are a cult and a curse, Sovereign says. They would have you believe they exist to preserve the great works of humanity, to celebrate life. You may even believe them until you smell their breath. The truth is that they squat in their underbelly chapel, eating corpses and claiming it gives them power. Who and where are the Dundon O'Hare again? A pack of animal corpses gobbles with pristines of mysticism. You can find them in their chapel in the underbelly. Okay, who and where? Okay, I've read that. I learn everything about your subject and I'll let you know. I'll look into this if I have time. That one.
Making a note.
Grunts. The Sorrel's Parade. Murderous statue sits at various stages of completion, each featuring a figure that leaves you with a feeling of profound disquiet when you look at it. Several of these pieces of the creature appears to almost lunge out of the stone, almost as if it's hurling itself at the sculpture. Perhaps that's why they were left unfinished. Oh, it's lava. Okay, I thought this was a dead end. Apparently not. Don't talk to me. Talk to the boss. And with that, I'm going to end the episode here. So let's grab a good stuff and tune next week as we continue exploring the city. So bye for now, everyone, and have a great, amazing, super, fantastic even day. Bye.